Good afternoon and welcome to The Empowered Life. My name is Yvonne Ellis and you are on the Empowered Life channel, bringing you everything inspiring, encouraging and uplifting to help you to live an empowered life. So it's been a while since I've done a little bit of a catch-up video. I think right at the beginning when I told you about my new journey and my new venture, which is YEME Empowerment. And YEME is that basically stands for Yvonne Ellis Media Events. And my company is all about inspiring, encouraging, empowering people to make real lifelong changes in their own lives. And I offer a different range of services, and I'll leave the link in the description bar below about that. But I wanted to just really talk to you today about what I have learned on this journey since leaving paid employment, working for an employer. I've been working for employers. I mean, I'm now 41, first of all, and I have always worked for an employer. So from the age of 18 years old up until recently, the end of February, the end of March, I had always worked for an employer in whatever capacity. So I depended on them for my paycheck. I went in, I did my work, and a lot of the jobs that I had did give me a lot of skills that have enabled me to be able to launch out on my own today. But it was a completely different journey. And what I have found in the last few weeks since leaving paid employment is that I've had to retrain my mind about so many things. If you think about it, going and working for an employer, you just go in and you do your job, you know what's expected of you, and you just do it to the best of your ability. You have your routine. You'll get up in the morning. You'll do whatever you need to do, and then you come home and you have your routine when you get home. What I have found since leaving paid employment 8 weeks ago is that I've had to retrain my mind about absolutely everything. Now, before I left working for an employer, I was already running an organisation. I'm founder and director of an organisation called Daughter Arise, and that organisation offers peer empowerment to survivors of sexual abuse. So for nearly the last 7 years, I have been running that organisation, and how I was doing that was basically booking days off, annual leave from my paid part-time role where I was working, or doing it in the evenings, sometimes on weekends. And it was really a real balancing act because I wasn't really getting any rest. I was just fitting in things as and when. And I don't know how I've managed to be able to say that nearly 7 years ago, this journey has been 7 years of me being able to manage an organisation like that. And it has had its setbacks because there were many things on that organisation that I couldn't do for a long time because I only had a certain amount of time. But I was able to kind of figure out the key things that needed to be done, and I would do those things in the evenings or at the weekends or on annual leave. So I knew already a year ago, back in January 2017, when I started to lay down the plan of how I was going to leave and how I was going to do YEME Empowerment, I already knew that I would have to take a step into the unknown to do it, because there's no way I could have stayed in paid employment, even though I was working 4 days a week part-time, well, they classed it as part-time, run Daughter Arise, the peer empowerment organisation, and then launch this company, YEME Empowerment. I already knew that I would have to, something would have to give, and I'd have to sacrifice something. So, fast forward to when I left in March and I launched, this company, YEME Empowerment. I had to leave. I had to, step out from the comfortability of having the little nest, the nest of being paid every month a salary for doing a job, to launching out and doing this company. But I really am passionate, and I know this is my gift, to empower people with my skills, talents and experiences, and I'm loving the journey. It is hard, to leave that cushion of a financial security to do what I'm doing, but I have no doubt that sooner or later that things will pay off. And I have been able to start to get work as a consultant. I've got some more dates coming up with different things. I've got an event coming up. Also as well, I have my first potential empowerment coaching client who wants to, you know, wants to access my services of being able to get empowerment coaching. So things, I mean, it's only been 8 weeks. Things are going in the right direction. On top of that, you know, I had to have an operation, and that had taken me out for about 3 or 4 of those weeks. So really, I am just really on the starting phase still of building my brand, building my company as an entrepreneur. And on the other side of it, I have really enjoyed it, but I've had to now rearrange my mind about everything. So from doing things in the evening, for instance, an annual leave, now when I get up, I have a new routine working day. So, you know, my day starts at 5 o'clock. I get up, I spend time in prayer, meditation to God. And then after that, I would, you know, go out on my bike, ride around Clapham Common. You know, that's like 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. My daughter is up getting ready for school. She's in secondary school. So when I leave out, usually when she gets up in the morning, we'll do a quick routine of, you know, 7-10 minutes exercises together. Then I'll go out on my bike, and she will get ready for school, go and have her wash and stuff like that. And then I would go out, you know, and come back ready to do her packed lunch for school and finish helping her get ready for school. And then usually I just take a little bit of time just to sit and, you know, do what I need to do. But then by 9:30, I'm ready to work. So I would have had my shower, got dressed, and that's another thing that I found, that it is very easy, because where you see this video, where I always do these videos, this is my office. This is where I work from. So, you know, this is where I spend the majority of my working day. My working day as well goes up to, with little breaks in between, obviously when, you know, lunch, if I pop out, Jada comes home cooking or whatever. Basically, my working day can go up till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And that is just the way it is, just because, you know, I'm building a new company and I have to put the hours in, and I don't mind, you know, because it's what I love. But one of the things that I found that is really dangerous is it's very easy, because I work from home and I have a home office, to stay in your night clothes, or not get washed and dressed till later. But I was finding that it was doing that, and I did it a couple of times, was not getting me in the right frame of mind that actually you are at work. Because, you know, it's like your mind is playing tricks on you. Work means you leave the house. And I do, you know, when I'm booked to do things, whether it's a speaking event or, you know, training or whatever it is I'm doing, obviously I leave the house. But the days where I don't, it's very dangerous to stay in your night clothes or whatever. And I did that a couple of times, thinking, oh, well, I can just slink into my office and get on with it. But it didn't put me in the right frame of mind. So I now will just have my shower, get dressed, and, you know, get ready to start work. So I've had to retrain my mind about how to start my working day, and getting into the right mindset to start my working day. So I read loads of books, as you know, because on this channel I do lots of book reviews, and I will be doing a book review shortly on another book that I read a little while ago whilst I was in my paid job called Career Change, which I think that you might be interested in. But I, you know, read a lot of books about, you know, starting out, you know, in leadership, starting out to try and launch out to do your own business, following your passions and stuff. But one thing that I've recently realised, and it's through, watching a couple of YouTubers, and reading other things about starting your own business, is that you have to understand that the journey that you're on as an entrepreneur is, the journey is basically the destination. So there isn't ever going to be a place where you can say, actually, I finally arrived. Everything that I do from this point onwards, whether it is the marketing, whether it's selling my products, whether it's consulting or public speaking, this is all part of the destination, and there will never be a final point. Not that that bothers me, because I am a person who's quite driven. I like new challenges. I like doing new things every day. That was one of the reasons why I found it hard to be in traditional employment for so long, because I like variety in my day. I like to be stretched. I like to figure things out. I'm learning so much on this journey already. I've done so many courses. I've read books. I'm creating resources. Recently just finished my second book as well, which is a huge achievement for me, because that book that I have done, which I'm going to be launching over the next couple of months, is not an autobiography like my first book, Daughter Arise. And I will leave a link for that book in the description bar below. This book is a self-help book for people who have had similar issues to what I had, which was, recovering in the aftermath and healing in the aftermath of sexual abuse. So that in itself was a huge challenge, to write that type of book, a self-help book. It's completely different to just writing your life story. And again, that is something that I will be offering, which is book publishing and book workshops and how to write your own book, which is called the YEME Starter Workshop. And I will be, giving details of that as and when I launch that. But everything that I've been doing so far in this journey has been challenging. I'm learning new things, but I'm absolutely loving it. It is, no 2 days are the same. But it is the destination. Everything that I'm doing, there will always be something new to do. There will always be a new challenge. This is still like a newborn baby. I mean, considering I only launched it like 8 weeks, 10, nearly 9 weeks ago, it's still in that phase. But I'm just learning that actually, to be an entrepreneur, you have to take accountability and responsibility for everything that you do. And, and you have to sacrifice, and you have to put in the hard work. So that is another thing that I'm learning along this journey that I've just started. So even though I had a little bit of a setback with having to have an operation, I'm also learning that what I've learned since stepping out and being my own boss and having my own company is that you need to be organised. So for somebody like me, organisation is like water off a duck's back. I am a very organised person. I write lots of lists. I have a wall planner. I have a planner that I carry in my bag. I have a to-do list. I'm somebody who's always organised. I believe you have to be organised. I have to know what it is that I am doing for the day. One of the things that can affect that organisation, which is something that I have struggled with sometimes, is focus. I'm a person, I have so many ideas, so many exciting things that I just want to do and want to share. I'm somebody who is always writing down, always got loads of pieces of paper down, because I'm always writing ideas down and doing things that I need to actually be able to, to just get it all out. But one of the things with that is that it then moves my focus from what I was intending to do, say for instance on my list, to writing down and going off. I am a person I would describe as somebody who is an excellent starter, but is a bit of a slow finisher. But my thing that I have that I have been improving on over the year, is that finish what you start. So now I finish what I start, even though if I might lose a little bit of interest towards the end, I continue to do that. And it's not because I find what I do boring, it's just that I'm always excited to get on to the next thing. So that is another thing where I've learned over the last 8 weeks, is that I have to focus, and that coupled together with my organisation is a winning formula. So that is another thing that, I think that, and if you're somebody that struggles with organisation, I would suggest to you to write down, make a list of the things that you need to do. One of the ways that to be able to do that might be to do it the night before, and think about what it is you want to do for the next day. And it doesn't have to be loads of things. You could just write down 1 or 2 things that you want to do. So in the morning, you know what it is that you're doing, and you're not scratching around thinking, oh, I was supposed to be doing this, I'm not sure if I should be doing that. So that is something that will help you. Also, what I'm learning about focus is it's very easy to get distracted by my phone, by emails and stuff like that. And that's another thing what I do in my morning routine before I even start to work is to check my emails. I've got 3 different emails accounts, one for YEME Empowerment, one for Daughter Rise, my personal one. So, you know, I make sure I check my emails because it's very easy to get distracted during the day. For instance, when I'm working on stuff, developing the content that I'm doing. So, you know, distractions can take away from your focus. So I will have set times to look at my phone, set time when I have a break, I'll, you know, might watch something on YouTube. So, you know, otherwise your day will be all over the place. And I'm still learning, you know, I'm not saying that I have arrived, but I'm just trying to get things done. So, you know, that's where I am at the moment. But I am overall learning that this journey is going to be a long one. Have I got the endurance to do this journey? Yeah, I have, because it's something I'm passionate about and I believe in. I have a lot of different things that are coming up, so I'm trying to make good use of my time. But all in all, you know, being an entrepreneur is definitely the lifestyle for me, and it's exciting to see what's going to come out of it, how long it's going to take to see some real developments. At the moment as well with YEME, I'm starting the marketing phase, so if you would like to be added to my mailing list, please let me know and I will add you. And that is just a monthly update of what's going on with YEME. I'm looking forward to doing my book launch, company launch later this year, hopefully November. So, you know, there's lots of things going on, but I'm having to be understanding the whole, everything to do with YEME, which I know who my customer is, what I'm offering. Now it's just about connecting with them. So I'm still in all this planning phase, and I will be doing a video separately on what I'm learning about marketing as well, and networking and stuff like that. So basically that's it. If you would like to find out what YEME Empowerment is about, I will leave the link in the description box below. Please check out the website. If there's anything on there that you think that you'll be interested in, you know, email me at info@yemeempowerment.com. Also as well, you know, if you're interested in finding about a little bit about my background, my story, my book is also on there, Daughter Arise. If you go to the store tab, you'll find it on there. Also as well, you know, I do empowerment coaching and different services, so please check it out. If you want to ask any questions, do contact me. But also as well, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for all of you who have subscribed so far. I'm really encouraged. I've only just started this channel, you know, beginning of March, end of Feb. So, you know, I will continue to do things and bring you things that I think that you might be interested in. And I recently as well, today celebrated, well not today, but I've recently celebrated 2 years of being a consistent blogger. So, you know, I blog on 2 websites, and I've also got the opportunity now to be a paid blogger for an organisation. So I'm really happy about that. And, you know, it's 2 years of consistency. Again, you know, I've had to learn to be consistent in the things that I'm doing, especially when it's come to empowering and helping people. And also, you know, now I've been able to take that strength and bring it into my company, so people know that I'm somebody who does what they say they're going to do, and, you know, that also helps. But yeah, subscribe to this channel. In one corner you will probably see the YEME Empowerment logo. That means please subscribe. And in the other corner you probably will see a video that you haven't seen before. So, you know, keep in touch and, you know, look out for my videos and stuff. So I will see you on the next video. But it was just, this video basically was just really a bit of a catch up about, you know, what I've learned in the 8 weeks or so since I've left a paid employment for an actual employer directly. And no doubt there'll be other things as I go along that I will be learning, you know, in another 2 months from now. If you're on this journey as well, starting out on your own company and stuff, and you want to share anything, you know, feel free to comment and stuff down below, and I shall see you in the next video.